that's my first Kentucky buck. That's our first buck on this farm here.
We're gonna give it a run here tonight. We got a really good wind, really good high pressure.
My name is Kyle Hart. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Spent my whole life there. Grew up playing baseball, playing basketball, playing all the sports that most kids play. Even played a little bit of football. But once I got older, and you know, my dad had always taken me to our family farm, and I just kind of fell in love with hunting as soon as I was old enough to go. That's kind of when I stopped playing all those other sports and really just focused on hunting and baseball. It's just my escape, you know, and it's something that I've grown up doing. It's something that, you know, God instilled in me early on. It's just a love for the outdoors, a love for chasing animals. I appreciate them. I appreciate them for what they are, and then if you are able to harvest them, I appreciate them for their sacrifice and for their resource as they are. So there's a lot more than just going out and you know, sitting there and harvesting a deer, and I enjoy the hard work that goes into it. And that's what I think, you know, baseball and hunting are so similar, is there's so much behind the scenes that lead to that moment of success, and you know, you never really know when that moment of success is going to come, when you're going to get on top of that mountaintop, but you're just working for it each and every day, and just hoping to reap the benefits.
We saw a lot of activity this morning. We think we saw our first kind of rut activity kicking off. Mature buck was bumping a doe. We're kind of hoping that those does work back into this brassica plot tonight, and one of those big ones is following them. So we're just waiting for this rut to kick off any second here in Kentucky.
Brett.
Wow. Not the shot I wanted. Not the shot anybody wants, but I actually misadjusted my single pin sight here for 35, and the deer was at 28. But that's my first Kentucky buck. That's our first buck on this farm here. Pretty insane. Really proud of that deer. We worked really hard. Dylan worked harder than I did. But we got 5 or 6 days here in a row, and we're gonna try to get him a buck too. But that probably won't be the biggest buck I ever kill. But he's 135, 10-pointer, really sharp buck, and one that I'm gonna be proud to hang on the wall. So.
But it's my escape from reality. I was fortunate enough to play baseball in college at Indiana University. I now pitch professionally for the Boston Red Sox organization. I haven't had the opportunity to pitch in the big leagues yet. It's something I aspire to do each and every day. It's something I'm working for every single day. I hunt across 2 states. I hunt at my home farm there in Indiana, and then I hunt down with my good buddy Dylan Pelfrey in Kentucky. I'm really lucky to have met him playing youth baseball, and just kind of being raised with the second family down here in the South. Me and Dylan are down here in Kentucky with a cold front finally moved in, and we're going to get out to our best clover plot where we've been seeing these bucks and try to lay down some quality footage. So stay with us here on Full Count, Full Draw. We got a beautiful weekend, a little bit of football here, and then a few hours of quality time in the stand. Well, we're finally back in Kentucky. It feels like it's been the longest week of all time. Just waiting to get this right wind, waiting for this cold front. We're in here after the Brown-Tine 9. We've been hunting him all of September and all of October. He's been coming out. We got tons of pictures of him. But it's the 12th of October. It's a Saturday. This cold front finally rolled in. We're going to try to end the story on this Brown-Tine 9 buck. So stick with us.
What's up, guys? We just got in the stand in Kentucky. This week we got a care package from Hunter's Cloak. And this is the Scent Mr. Pro. This is my favorite. Tonight we're just using a cover scent. We're using a pine scent tonight. We have a bunch of cedar trees around us. And then you just hang it in your tree. You can put it on the ground, whatever you want to do. When the rut comes, we like to use the doe and the buck urine. So we're super psyched tonight. We have a really good wind, but this is just an extra layer of security in terms of scent control. It's probably 3:30, maybe a little after. We've got several hours left, but we're back in the tree line tucked in here. The sun's gonna come down in our face, but we have left some brush and a small cedar right here to block that. A lot of clover in here. We had a good rain this week, so it's kind of coming back. And these bucks have been coming out and staying on this edge right here. The only problem is we're going to be about eye level with them, so we're going to have to keep the movement down, but it's like 57 degrees, light southwest winds, and our scent is blowing right over the hill. All our clothes are washed. We got our Hunter's Cloak going for us. Absolutely perfect conditions. We're hoping these deer just come around the corner here and feed out from us. We don't expect the does to like the decoy. We're gonna wait on these bucks.
Well, we're back out on this farm that we've been hunting here early season in Missouri. We've given it a little time to kind of rest because we were after them really hard this first week of the season. But this is the kind of cold fronts that you wish for, that you dream of during the fall once the deer season gets underway. We've got a 20-degree temperature drop probably. We know these deer are up on top of this ridge back here behind me, making their way down to these beans here out in front of me. Corn's already being picked all the way around us, and most of the beans all down in this valley have turned brown. So we know it's only a matter of time till we see some deer come down through here. So we're hunting this tree line up here, trying to get them kind of coming through this field, making their way down here to the soybeans like we've been doing.
Finally set up, got the camera and the bow and everything up here in the tree. We're right in this tree, the same spot we've been hunting, but in the first episode we saw a really big 8-pointer that we've been chasing around the night that it rained. So we made it back to the truck with some light left, and we saw a really big buck on this side of the farm. But with this front pushing through, we've got a really good north wind. Expecting them to come down off this ridge here, making their way down to the bean field there in the bottom. So we're set up on them. We're gonna see if this high pressure cold front system kind of brings them out here in the daylight and gives us a shot opportunity. just made the climb up. We're set up in the same setup we've been hunting the same two that we've been after really since the season's opened here, and thinking that the time's running thin on these food sources as they come out down here. We're taking it down to the wire here, but I'm also getting close to the birth of my first son, which will keep me out of the woods for a little longer too, but those are family priorities for sure. So we're gonna give it a run here tonight. We got a really good wind, really good high pressure. The top of this ridge, the winds have been swirling on us a little bit, which is kind of a bummer. So we also may have to readjust if that continues to be the case, but it's all part of hunting new farms, learning new farms. But we're gonna sit here tonight and see if we can't get one back out here on this ag field we're hunting. We just had our first doe family group work its way through. It was a little after 5:30 when they came through, and that's much earlier than we've had any deer movement the last couple times we've been out hunting. So hopefully that's a good sign. The field's clear right now. They've moved on. It's a really still night, really quiet night. Nate and I were just talking about it. I definitely feel like we'll be able to hear whatever's coming down this ridge to us before they ever get here. But the conditions are great, and the wind's kind of settling for us a little bit, not swirling so bad. So fingers are crossed for an eventful night.